Well, we made it across in one piece.
How's it going, Pete? So, did you wet yourself?
No, of course not.
It's strange, though. Do they actually think that someone will attack Fortune from the south? After all, the only big city that's south of here is Redondo. Do they really need to keep watch from here?
That's a good question. But just take a look around this place. I never said they were actually keeping watch.
Yes. Now that you mention it, do not see soldiers posted.
Yeah, that is weird. I figured a fort of all places would have lots of guards.
Well, this fort was in use a long time ago. You see, Redondo was attacked by pirates lots of times. This is the best spot for a fort, if Redondo was ever beaten by enemy forces.
Even so, right now it's just a comfy home for people who've been driven mad by the mineral power.
Fort Fermata annoys me. Not just because it's garish, over-designed, and employs way too many water features for a military installation, but because, well, perhaps it makes sense if I showed you this map I slapped together. You've got one narrow causeway to limit troop movements. So far so good. Except eventually you learn there's nothing but a straight hallway between the front entrance and the road continuing on to Forte, with a single locked door preventing you from going any further. This wouldn't stop an invading force for, like, any length of time. Along the sides of the hallway, you've got two large circular rooms with a network of inexplicably complex glass bridges suspended over water. So you're probably thinking, well, maybe that's the thing that stops the enemy. They get lost and confused in a maze. Except no, not at all. If it weren't for a hole broken out of a wall, I wouldn't have been able to get into these sections. If the defenders are doing their job in any capacity, the only people who see these rooms are presumably the defenders. These are their living quarters. I mean, obviously, right? Aside from the fact that it lacks barracks, a proper armory, storage, lavatories, or basically anything you need to have in order to house soldiers, it's the perfect place to house soldiers. But seriously, look at this mess. Even if the bridges were all in good repair, it would take forever for anyone to get anywhere. Getting from one chamber to the next involves using an overly complex floating stone room. Let me just repeat that. Floating stone room. The result is a fortress that's paradoxically more of a pain in the ass for the soldiers that use it every day than for the people it's explicitly designed to be a pain in the ass to get through. On a side note, there's also a connecting area that says it's over the central road, but I don't see a bridge in that first area. Do you? Anyway, like Viola said, this place is home to some floating plague doctors. Additionally, however, this place is also home to a little creature known simply as the Lord of Darkness. I mean, holy shit, dude. You gotta fight the Lord of fucking Darkness? It's barely chapter 2. I haven't done enough grinding. How are we gonna survive again?
Isn't that enough? Never way!
I'm gonna be honest, I cut the recording after it was obvious I was gonna be wandering for a while. I don't remember how long it took me to find my way to this point. But, anyway, we managed to find a service ladder that leads to the other side of the locked door. There we find an oversized axe-wielding monster, because why the actual fuck not?
Hey, I'm over here! Come on!
He appears to be working together with the crazy magic-wielding guys. I guess he's also a side effect of mineral powder overdoses. I mean, if your nose can grow 10 meters, all bets are off, right? Let's just edit our way through this one, shall we?
Coup de Jarnac! Forget the pain you felt in the dream. Float adrift at the boundaries of nothingness. Void Edge! Have a nice...
Take that! Take that! Take that! Take that! You better beg for mercy from this one! Sacred Strike! Bullseye! Ha!
Go back into a nebulous dream.
All right!
Hey, I'm still growing, you know. Let us celebrate and be satisfied.
My goodness. This really isn't much of a fort, is it?
Fuck, even the flower girl's pointing out your fort sucks.
Nope, they're more worried about an invasion from Baroque these days. They've probably pulled out almost all the troops from here.
No matter how much time passes, war remains.
Yeah, that's true. I've even heard rumors that Baroque has been supporting Andantino. For Baroque, it's an easy way to shake up things in Forte without getting their hands too dirty.
Andantino?
They're an underground group that's been trying to start a revolution in Forte territory. Basically, they're a bunch of rebels.
Wouldn't a revolution be destructive?
But isn't a revolution better than nothing? It may improve people's lives a little. And that's a good thing, right?
It's not that simple, Beat. Think about everyone involved. Andantino, Baroque, Forte. Which one should win? We ordinary people don't have any way of knowing which of them is right.
I would imagine they have their own agendas.
But one of them has to be the good guy, right?
Who knows? They might all be evil in their own way. Then again, they might all be right. It's hard to be sure.
Then, how are we supposed to figure out whose justice really is true justice?
Well, how's about we go on a completely new tangent? Who are these folks, then?
Understand?
Can you explain it again, Jazz?
Claves, why do you always need things repeated?
I'm sorry, but this is an important mission, so I want to make sure I get it right.
Yes. This mission is vital to our cause. I'll explain it once more. Is that all right, Falsetto?
Fine.
The objective of this mission is to rescue the guardian of Agogo Forest, who is being held captive in the dungeon beneath Forte Castle. We'll infiltrate the castle tomorrow at dawn.
But the castle gates are heavily guarded. What will we do about that?
We'll use the underground passage between Hanan Hills and the prison. This information is solid. Our members spent a full year investigating it.
Falsetto's right. It won't be that difficult a mission. We just have to bring the Guardian back.
Excuse me, but why are we rescuing her anyway? I mean, how will this mission benefit Andantino?
Apparently, Waltz is searching for glowing Agogos. One of our members spotted his man Fugue in the Agogo forest. So, it makes sense that they would want to detain the Guardian and make her tell them about the glowing Agogos.
The glowing agogos? But what on earth does Waltz want those for?
Well, they do taste good in soup.
Falsetto, if you don't take this seriously, we'll end up making a mess of even the easiest missions.
Fine.
Apparently, agogos dramatically increase the effectiveness of mineral powder. But it seems that only the glowing ones have that effect. If Waltz gets his hands on them, he'll be able to create an unlimited army of mindless soldiers.
I guess from Waltz's point of view, by multiplying the effect of the mineral powder with the glowing agogos, he'll be multiplying the number of troops he has at his disposal.
I get it now. And then he'll use those troops to fight against Andantino.
I don't know about that. I seriously doubt he'll be attacking Andantino anytime soon. He probably considers Baroque more of a threat.
All right, you two. Come on. I think it's about time we cut the chatter and got to work.
Well, those were certainly people doing a thing. Anyway, let's move on to the next leg of our journey. These are the Hanan Hills. As befits something named after the famous piano finger exercises, they're a repetitive, uninteresting grind, serving very little purpose except to distract from the real fun. Also, they're loaded down with dragons. Alright, but seriously, there are some interesting things going on. For one thing, around this point, they start playing around with light sources. Now we've got moving clouds to contend with, creating shadows on the battlefield. Also, for reasons known only to the game designers, the dragons turn into tiny bats when immersed in darkness. This happened before with the melons and the trees, and I honestly couldn't begin to tell you the reason. Also, party level 3 happened, but to be honest, it took me a bit to figure out what was even supposed to be different, so I can't really comment on it just yet. I should mention that my first legit playthrough of this game ended somewhere around the Chorus Plains. The only other real thing of note is that we find a weird stone wall about halfway down the road.
What the? Hey, there's a breeze coming from the crack in this rock.
Well, that's not related to anything we heard in the previous scene. No, sir. And after much goat slashing and other nonsense, we reach Forte City, whose theme gives me some serious Star Ocean nostalgia.
It's gotten really late.
Yes, you're right. All of today's public audiences with the Count must be over by now.
Huh. Guess we'll have to give up on it for today. We can always come back to the castle in the morning. Come on, let's go find a place to stay for the night.